Live from Manhattan, Kansas. Online radio and television, duo.com.
Oh no, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. Was she just naked? Hold up. Why did we watch that?
Howdy, hey everybody, it's Cameron for another great episode of Why Did We Watch That? The show that comes to you every Monday with the best, the worst, and the flat-out strange in film. This week, once again, I didn't give any warning or any, idea of what we'd be talking about. I gave a little bit of a hint, I guess, in the last episode of what we'd be talking about. But this week, we're talking about Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver. And I've got a special guest in the studio with me. She's called in on the show a couple of times. Was it just for the stoner film?
Yeah, it was just for the stoner film.
Well, I've got the beautiful first name and last name. You want everything on there?
Sure.
Okay, we got Anna Willie in the studio with me. Anna, did you want to share your Twitter and Instagram real quick?
I mean, well, it's clear right now.
Oh,
but,
yeah, so you deleted it.
Yeah.
So no social media for you?
No social media for me, but
that's sad.
I try.
Okay. No, what's your Instagram?
My Instagram is Lil_Willie, and it's the same as Twitter, so y'all should follow me.
The power of the underscore.
Yeah.
Is it underscore? Is that right?
It's underscore. It is correct.
All right. Well, so anyway, we're talking about Gingerdead Man 3, Saturday Night Cleaver this week. And like I've said multiple times before, I love bad horror comedies. I love them even more when filmmakers play it off. Filmmaker 1 looks at filmmaker 2 and says, hey, want to make something stupid for our own entertainment? And filmmaker 2 will go, huh? And then they're in agreement. At least that's how things work in my head.
Yeah.
Two people get together and they're just like, I want to do something. The other guy goes, okay, fine, sure. It's going to be cool. That's normally how things start in my mind. It doesn't always happen that way.
Same here.
Yeah, well, the big question is do they put any effort into a film like this when it's just bad? It's supposed to be like a bad, silly, horror comedy. And I think this one actually does put effort in it. It's not like Mr. Jingles. Did I make you watch Mr. Jingles? Okay, that's a bad horror film. Just all around, everything is horrible about it. You're just constantly.
Is it on Netflix?
No. If this movie was on DVD, it is on DVD. The fact that it is on DVD is impressive.
Wait, is it about clowns?
It is about clowns.
I will not watch it.
All right then. Well, right. I think I tried to get you to watch it one time, and that didn't work out for you. You were like, I'm not watching that movie. It's got clowns in it.
No, I think that was Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. I watched a little bit of it, and then there was clowns at one part, and I'm like, no, I'm done.
Oh, well, that's a good movie too. You should go back and watch that, and just ignore the clowns for like 2 minutes. But
I don't think it'll work.
It was worth a shot. But I appreciate the amount of effort that these guys did put into the movie because it is entertaining to watch all the way through. I think now, sure, there's lots of filler, but you only can do so much with these kind of low budget films. They probably only had so much time. It's like, let's just show people at a roller buggy for like 30 minutes. And they'll be dancing. And that'll be good. That'll make a good movie. So right now you might be saying to yourself, Cameron, why are you starting with number 3? Aren't we missing out on important character development? Well, first off, I doubt it. More times than not, with these kind of horror flicks, it's the same bad guy, new location, just over and over again. Second, no, I have not seen the first 2.
I haven't either.
I will eventually, but because the good people over at Netflix did not make it readily available to stream, I didn't watch those ones. So
I haven't even heard of it until you told me to watch it.
See, that is what this show is all about. Spread the joy of really, really bad movies.
Sometimes good.
Sometimes, yes. For example, I thought this one turned out good. Not so much for you, Dad. You're just like, nope, this was horrible.
I laughed probably more during the film than anything. I wasn't scared at all.
Yeah. Well, no, it's not. I don't think it's supposed to be scary.
Of course, it's not supposed to be scary.
Unless general violence scares you, which there's a little bit of it.
Yeah. I I Snapchatted you what my face looked like.
Right. It was pretty dead. You're just like, what am I watching?
Exactly.
Why did you suggest this? No. That's a good sound. I'm going to record that for later. No. No. But
No.
so okay, the movie is about a baked good serial killer that goes
Yes.
throughout time. More specifically, the Gingerdead Man in this movie travels back in time to 1976 and carries out an epic disco killing spree. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The opening scene to this is unlike the rest of the movie for the most part. It's actually a spoof of Silence of the Lambs with Jodie Foster and Anthony Hopkins. And it's the scene where...
Oh, that's what it was. I've been saying it was Hannibal.
Well, it's the same series.
Okay.
But, it's the scene where she's, at the penitentiary or an insane asylum or whatever, and she's walking down the corridor. That's the word I'm going to use. And
Say it that fancy, too. It's awesome.
corridor.
There you go.
And, she's hearing all sorts of crazy noises throughout the entire thing. And my personal favorite is the cream pie that throws his cream at her. And it's not like just a little amount. It's this huge glob that hits her in the face. There's a second meaning to that, but I'll let your mind wander. If it's that much and it's that fluffy, you might want to go let a doctor check that out, or you're just not servicing yourself enough, because that was cottage cheese thickness. But that's as dirty as this show will get. I've actually got I've got some good audio that I'd like to play from the opening scene, just so you guys know what it's all like. And here it is. I think it'll play. Try again? All right, we'll try it again. Here we go. An opening scene of the Gingerdead Man.
Good evening, Mr. Gingerdead Man, sir. My name is Clarissa Darling. May I have a word with you, sir?
May I see your credentials, please?
Certainly.
Closer, please. Closer. Still not close enough. That's a library card.
Mr. Gingerdead Man, sir. I've been sent here by the FBI.
Tell me, Clarissa, when you were running down the hall just now, that little cream puff, he shouted something at you. Tell me, what did he say?
He said, I can smell your muffin.
I, however, cannot.
I didn't know that he had said that in the beginning, but I heard it the second time when she was like, he said, I can smell your muffin. And I was like, wait, he said that? And so I went back and watched it. I was like, oh man, he did.
I didn't catch that.
That is a dirty, dirty cream pie. But so is that opening scene altogether.
Yeah.
It was a pretty good spoof also, actually. Almost like they took it word for word and then just kind of inserted their own little, I guess, verbiage.
Verbiage. That's a good word,
Yeah,
too.
thank you. Verbiage. But that opening scene was kind of ridiculous. So the real question is how does it go from that scene to 1976? Well, they found a great way in this movie to make that beautiful transition so it was clear, precise, and made lots of sense to two people.
Not necessarily a lot of sense.
No, not at all. So this is how they do it. Confused animal rights activists appear, of course, to free the pastries, and of course, the Gingerdead Man finds a way to kill everyone except for Clarice and the main guard, because surely, they'll be back in the film, right? You can't just kill off the supposed main characters that, at least as of right now, the main characters that we know. That would just be silly, but also it would follow perfect horror film logic to just kill anyone you want in the beginning, as long as it's not the main villain.
Yeah.
So the Gingerdead Man is freed by the animal rights activists who think he's actually a shaved capuchin monkey, which I don't know if there was a lot of the sound qualities were out of whack. They made the screaming too loud and didn't bring up the fact that the lady said, "You poor capuchin monkey," and the Gingerdead Man called her a letter of words. I don't know. I don't like saying the C word. I think it's almost too dirty. Even though I've said things already, I don't want to just say that word over and again. But I will be playing it later in a sound clip, so that's totally unrelated. But the he gets away from Clarice and the main guard, and like I said, hopefully they're brought back, and he escapes to another room where for some reason 2 mad scientists have created a time machine. Now I've got that video footage, that sound footage at least. Where is time travel? There it is.
By Jove, I think you got it. This sustenance time machine can actually send simple food matter into time and space. Soon, hunger as we know it will be eradicated forever. Just think of it. A loaf of bread with an expiration date of 100 years.
Too bad your expiration date is right f***ing now.
All right, now, first off, my question is if you can make a time machine, why do you only make a time machine for baked goods?
That's just not smart.
No, because, like, they're like, a loaf of bread that can last 100 years.
No.
In what? Like, that doesn't even make sense there, because it's like, okay, if you're sending the loaf of bread to a different era, then either you have knowledge of that, coming up soon, bread will not exist and you need to send bread to the future or something, or you're from the future and in the past you're like, we don't have bread. We haven't had bread forever, but I made bread now. And if I give that bread back into the past, it'll, it's stupid stuff that
Very
you can
stupid.
totally ignore because it doesn't matter at all. Because after the 2 mad scientists get killed, they pretty much move on altogether. They're just like, all right, well, they're dead. Awesome. And I'm looking at my time right now, and I've noticed that we're almost halfway through, and I've only talked about like the first 10 minutes of the movie. But really, I think they're the most crucial because after this, there's you pretty much don't change scenery anymore. No. They pretty much stay at the roller boogie. So after he kills the scientist, he goes back in time and ends up at a roller rink. And for the next few scenes, he's just hiding and popping up to say one-liners here and there. And we that's when we also start to meet new characters. Like we meet Cherry. I didn't want to write down everyone's name. I'm not going to confuse you guys if you don't ever actually plan to see this movie. I'll just give you the basics. There's Cherry. She's the main girl. There's Cherry's aunt. There's the 3-time winning roller boogie champion and her boo, which he is just a goofball Guido musclehead.
Trufto.
He's a good-looking guy, though. She's a good-looking girl, too, though. Let's be honest. But both of them are idiots. Yes. Of course, you've got all the roller boogie fillers. Like, literally, there are multiple characters who they have reoccurring lines throughout the whole thing, but they're titled as just like roller boogie. Trust me. No, if you there's like 20 roly boogiers.
Yeah.
I don't think that's exactly how they put it, but I like saying roller boogiers. Just 'cause that entertains me, and that's really what's important at the end of the day. Is that if I get a good chuckle, it's a good day. Now, there's something kind of cool about Cherry because like for some reason Cherry's aunt, calls everyone's attention, and the poor roller disco is going to be shut down because of back taxes. And how much money do you remember? Like I want to say it was like $1 million or like
no,
100.
I think it was like in the thousands.
Thousands of dollars. Too much for 1976 is what we're really saying.
Yeah.
And
too much.
So Cherry's aunt announces that the roller boogie is unfortunately shutting down. And I think out of everyone in the movie, Cherry's aunt is probably the best actress in the film.
Yeah.
Just because she's so entertaining and like she's supposed to be kind of evil, but then at times she's not evil at all. She's just like misunderstood and she has these problems of her own because she's old and crazy. But she's explaining to everyone that the roller boogie is shutting down and that tonight is going to be the best roller boogie night ever.
Yeah.
And then she also introduces her niece Cherry, who is just this awkward, like, looks like she has like a farm dress on or something.
Yeah.
And she's surrounded by all these people who are like wearing roller boogie 70s outfits, which even there, like, I don't know what it was like in the 70s and like the disco era,
Yeah.
but that's exactly what I assume everyone was wearing. Really
Yeah.
bright colored clothing
Not really caring what they
suspenders.
look like.
and belly button rings. Lots of belly
Yes.
button rings. That's the 70s.
Belly shirts.
Suspenders, bright colors, belly button rings. Guys, girls, it doesn't matter. Welcome to the 70s. But before I get into these characters anymore, let's take a quick break and we'll talk about how strange these characters get.
Yes.
We'll be right back.
This is Duo.com. You'll never need a TV or radio again. Duo.com.
Hi, I'm Seth Neiman. Since I founded Duo nearly 10 years ago, we've moved to multiple living rooms in multiple cities and accumulated a lot of junk. Now that we're set up in a real live studio, we've come to the conclusion that all this junk is really junking up the place. So we decided to give all this junk away. Check out Duo's Facebook page every Monday for the newest piece of Duo junk that we're giving away. Like the post, and every Friday we'll choose a winner. Our junk is your gain. Go to facebook.com/duo to get in on the action.
DEWOH. Duo.com.
Howdy, hey everyone. Cameron here from WDWWT for Duo.com. It's the podcast network for the young, the old, and the criminally insane. Oh, wait, scratch that. For the young, the old, and people with ears. Well, that kind of seems insensitive. For the young, the old, and people without diabetes. Stay fit, people. No, I kid. Duo.com, online radio and TV.
Online radio and TV. Welcome to the next level. From Manhattan, Kansas, this is Duo.
And we're back. Or, I mean, all right. We're back. All right, so before the break, which was a whole minute ago, I know that's can be excruciating sometimes to listen to a minute of commercials, but we were talking about characters. We brought up Cherry's aunt, the 3-time winning roller boogie champion, and her boo.
And her boo.
And her boo. Her boy who's got like half a brain cell firing at any given time. There's
That's all the drugs he's done.
yeah.
So
Well, there are other characters who do more drugs.
Trufdo.
Like the first people who have sex in the movie, and the only people who have sex in the movie are doing a lot of drugs. Like he's got like a bag of like pills, mushroom, little sheets of paper, of all sorts of little edibles for them to just have a wonderful time. And because it was the last roller boogie ever, these two who they have names, but like let's just call them roller boogiers because they aren't really important.
No.
Like there's like 30 people that have consistent lines throughout the movie, and there are more like extras throughout the entire film, but they're like 30 people who are just like they're just like saying little one-liners and things are happening because once the movie like quote gets started, the Gingerdead Man is still like wandering around and just like observing all these different people, and he's just got his little one-liners and his giggles. And
it's creepy.
It is creepy.
It's very creepy. I'm gonna have nightmares now.
Good.
Nope.
So you open up your eyes after like sleeping. It's like 3:00 in the morning, and all of a sudden out of your closet you hear.
Oh my god! I would leave the house.
The only problem is like you got to get between him and your bedroom door.
That's so creepy.
Anna's not sleeping for weeks.
No, I'm not.
She'll be sleeping in her car tonight where there is no closet, and the Gingerdead Man will not try to Saturday night cleaver her.
Yeah.
3.
Punny.
Yeah, right. I'm all about that. So anyway, we get introduced to Cherry because of Cherry's aunt, and we learn that Cherry's got some weird things about her. Whenever she gets like really tense, we notice like lights explode, and everyone's just like, "Oh, light just exploded." And we find out that she's like this. I don't know the right word. She's like a psychic of some sort.
Yeah.
Where she can move things, but she doesn't really realize that she can do it in the beginning, or we're not, led on to believe that she can move things on her own free will. And we also learn about Cherry's aunt, who used to be, like a dancer or a roller boogier back in World War II where she performed for the soldiers and this and that, and something went horrible and she broke her hip and it's held together by screws and duct tape or something. She was pretty sour about that during one scene.
Duct tape fixes everything, so
Right.
she should have been fine.
Well, she should have been, but she was complaining quite a bit, like a lot.
Too much for people to handle.
Right. I mean, her and Cherry even got into a fight, and at one point, Cherry threw, with her mind powers, threw the ashtray and hit her in the side of the head or something,
Yeah.
and that got ignored completely.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
Cherry's aunt was like, oh, that just magically hit me in the face or anything. She didn't go,
It's like she
did you
knew
just
she-
throw that at me?
It's like
She-
she knows she has these powers.
Yeah, it's just
Trying
almost...
to ignore him.
Yeah. If, if you had magical powers and you're just throwing things around the room, I would just be like, yeah, okay, that's a Tuesday. What, things don't fly around for you at your house on Tuesdays? That's a Tuesday event around here. But, yeah, so she's got these weird magical powers. And, of course, like we said earlier, there's the 3-time winning roller boogie champion and her boo. And they are out to win it this year. And, they're kind of being mischievous and they're causing little problems here and there. And along the way, while they're trying to set up to find ways of like making sure that the rest of the competition isn't competition. The guy who's in charge of freshening the shoes, I don't know his name either. Not important. We'll call him Roller Boogier number 4.
He is important because he's one of the main characters.
He is kind of one of the main characters, but I'm still going to call him one of the many Roller Boogiers. So he kind of helps Cherry get out of her shell, and she is introduced to roller skating by him, even though her aunt, says, you cannot roller skate. They'll laugh at you, and it'll be horrible. And exactly. So he breaks her out of his shell, and some like friendly, the more attractive roller boogier girls like give her a makeover, and she looks all purty later, and it's like, oh, she looks cute. She came out of her shell, and now she's really beautiful. And
she's blooming.
Oh, it's so precious. But so she's
doesn't end there.
Right. So not at all. So while that's happening, we go to our people who, the Gingerdead Man is now bored. He wants things to happen, so he starts killing people. So like we were talking about earlier,
Like many people.
Yeah, he kills a lot of people. And that's the thing that bothers me, is that at no point do they bring up the fact that lots of people have died. Like the girls who were out front of the roller disco, they're doing a car wash because they think that making, I think they made $2.
They made $2.
They were like, how much have we made? $2. And it goes quiet for a little bit. And then like one of the girls goes, all right. And then
it's not a lot of money.
No, it's not. But the Gingerdead Man, he's there to resolve this situation by getting some type of acid hooked up to their hose, and they start spraying each other with acid. It's kind of like
sulfuric acid.
Sulfuric acid. It's
Yeah.
kind of like the out of nowhere strange gasoline fight that happens in Zoolander. Where it's like,
oh yeah,
they shouldn't be playing with those chemicals, and it should be really obvious, like immediately that they're doing something stupid, and then they catch on fire. Well, in this case, they just melt into little pieces of bikini outfits. Like that was pretty much all that was left of them.
Yeah,
which I appreciated.
And some blood.
In any movie where there are little tiny bikinis and girls bouncing up and down, I'm watching that movie. That is trailer worthy. You put that in the trailer, you're getting views. And I will be one of them.
Goodness.
If not 2 of them, I'll probably go see it again. Just that scene. I mean, I was watching this
a-
movie earlier, getting those sound clips ready, and I think I watched that scene like 4 times. However, I did not get actually any audio from that. I got distracted. Who knows by what? But probably that. Just so I can have that one noise to play over and over and over again. But eventually, dead bodies do get found. Like, for example, the old people having sex. The
old people.
Old guy and the 2
It was
young.
the janitor.
Well, the janitor, yeah, he's old.
But he's visioned from the people that he's this handsome guy.
Oh, right. So in the stoners' mindset, they think he's this really he's like the best looking guy in the group. Like you never see this guy again.
Yeah.
But they show him in just one scene, like, hey ladies, like, oh yeah.
Yeah, the
I'm
only
good
good-looking
looking.
guy, honestly, in that movie.
Probably. I think that's fair to say. He's probably the
Yeah.
best looking. But so when they I've got another clip here I want to share with you guys, that this is kind of what happens when the first bodies are found. It's of the dead people.
Good God, Ingrid, what What kind of monster could commit such a massacre?
Oh, wait, actually, I lied. I want to actually share with you guys the sex scene. Because I recorded the sex scene, duh. You got to listen to the sex scene. Here, take a listen.
Oh boy, if I had I'd join in on that.
That's nice.
Looks like everybody around here's looking to get nailed. I think I can accommodate them with that.
So he pulls out a nail gun.
Your west is my command. If you build it, they will come.
I'm so high, I can't feel my arm.
Feels so good.
Suck on this.
So that sex scene was actually like 10 minutes long, but I
Yeah.
cut it down for you, the listener, because I care about you. And I know you guys would love to hear sex, but seeing it is a lot better. So make sure to go check out that movie on Netflix. But like I said, people eventually find out that there are all these dead bodies outside, inside, hidden in places. And, they do a good job of covering that up.
Good God, Ingrid, what kind of monster could commit such a massacre?
It appears they were murdered while participating in some sort of a multi-generational menage a trois.
Yes, I can see that. God, would you look at what's left of Busby?
Sweet Jesus. He was hung like a Clydesdale.
Busby was the
Never mind,
janitor.
We must alert the authorities immediately.
Yes, and we will. Just as soon as we crown the final roller boogie queen. This night means the world to my Cherry, and let's face it, they're not going anywhere.
Yeah, boss.
No buts. We will call for a squad car the moment the winner is announced.
Yes, Chief.
In the meantime, you lock this place up as tight as a drum. And whatever you do, act natural.
My favorite part, after she says act natural, Ingrid's immediate thing is to look at Busby's unit. She just kind of leans over and goes, oh, yeah. And then I don't think she does anything. I think she just goes out the door and follows Cherry's aunt and locks up the door, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I'd say 80% of the movie is filled with just this. All right, everybody, get out on the dance floor. It's roller boogie time. Yeah. Which is totally not true. The DJ was not male at all. She was
She was just like a
coked out
addict.
midget.
Yeah.
She was a coked out midget. She did lots of cocaine.
And she also smoked out of a bong.
Did she?
Yeah.
I don't remember that. Well, I just remember all the cocaine. Like she'd like just way too much cocaine for any small person to handle. But she handled it like a champ because of course it was real. It's a movie.
It was so real.
It's got to be real. Like
Yeah.
really real.
Anything on film was real.
Duh. So
Goodness. If y'all don't know this, y'all are crazy.
right. So like I said, the movie is mostly filled with this music right here, and
Makes me want to boogie.
yeah, exactly. And so that's 80% of the film, and then after that, after they start finding the dead bodies, after Cherry's aunt finds the dead bodies, she's like, all right, well, let's do the roller boogie thing. So they have the competition, and the competition isn't like a figure skating competition where it's just like two people out there. They're just like all out there rolling in a rink, and there are people like, oh, look at those moves. And there are actually some people in there, but like as far as roller boogie goes, they're pretty darn good. And I'm gonna get to the punchline. Cherry wins.
Yeah.
She wins the competition, and then like pig's blood gets thrown on the 3-time winning roller boogie champion.
Do you know what movie that was from?
From
Carrie.
What?
From Carrie.
Well, isn't it from another movie, or is it from?
No, it's from Carrie.
Oh, okay, well I need
That's
to
why
watch
her
Carrie.
name is Cherry.
Gotcha.
So it's Carrie.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Other connections.
She has like
starting to...
in Carrie, she has like this psychopath.
Oh, Carrie
whatever,
has
powers.
powers. Oh,
Yeah.
I need to watch that movie then. All right. So anyway, she wins. Then to wrap this up even quicker, she wins. Then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the time machine finally works again because in the beginning it wasn't working at all. It works again. The Gingerdead Man brings it back up, and all of a sudden, Clarice, the guard, Hitler, Stalin. There's a bunch of evil dudes who come in at the end, and like they are holding down the Gingerdead Man, and they're like stabbing and killing him, and then they take him back. And
They didn't stab him or kill him. They like put him in a jar.
Oh, right.
They tore his head off.
Oh, well, okay. Kill him, stab him, kill him. Well, they were doing lots of things to him, so I was assuming there was stabbing going on. Someone's getting stabbed here. But anyway, so that's pretty much how the movie quickly wraps up. I left out a lot, like the two little kids, like Pickles and girl. I just liked that the little boy's name was Pickles.
Yeah.
But that was the movie. There was lots of laughter, lots of roller boogie action, and I've already carried on longer than I thought. I think we might need to extend this show.
Yeah.
I thought 30 minutes was good, and that'd be always great. But once again, we are plenty over 30 minutes. It's time to say goodnight. Anna, or at Lil Willie, Lil_Willie, like Willie the Wildcat.
Minus the extra I, like I'm the original Willies, so
No big deal.
No big deal or anything.
Right, totes.
Just, my family's just born before Willie the Wildcat. So yeah.
Totes. All right, till next time, guys. I be Cameron. You all are some lovely people. Anna, thanks for being on the show.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun.
See ya.
Online, radio, and TV. Welcome to the next level from Manhattan, Kansas. This is Duo.